Like, share, subscribe and click on bell icon to get notifications from Vishwavidyalay. Please contact for online tuitions to our email address vishwavidyalay@gmail.com.
Indian Constitution and its amendments. Amendments of the Indian Constitution. The first amendment of the Indian Constitution was enacted in 1951. It is one of the most significant amendments in Indian constitutional history. Name: the Constitution, First Amendment Act 1951. Date: enacted 18th June 1951. Main features of the First Amendment. 1. Restrictions on freedom of speech. Article 19(2). Original Article 19(1)(a) gave the right to freedom of speech and expression, but without specific restrictions. The First Amendment added reasonable restrictions on this freedom in the interest of sovereignty and integrity of India, security of the state, friendly relations with foreign states, public order, decency or morality, contempt of court, defamation, incitement to an offence. Point 2. Validation of Jamindari abolition laws, land reforms. Added Articles 31A and 31B and introduced the 9th schedule. This protected land reform laws like Jamindari abolition from being challenged in courts as violating fundamental rights. Amended Article 15 allowed the state to make special provisions for the advancement of socially and educationally backward classes, in addition to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. Why was it needed? Several laws, especially land reform laws, were being struck down by courts for violating fundamental rights. Freedom of speech was being used to challenge public order and national security. To remove legal hurdles for social justice, reservation and land redistribution. Criticism: seen as the first major curtailment of fundamental rights, marked the beginning of the tensions between judiciary and parliament over constitutional interpretation. The Constitution, Second Amendment Act 1952. Date: enacted 1st May 1953. Main purpose: to remove the upper population limit for parliament constituencies in India. What was amended? Article 81(1)(b) of the Constitution was changed. Before amendment, the number of Lok Sabha, House of the People, seats per state was based on population, 1 seat for every 7.5 lakh people. Upper limit: no state could have more than that proportion, regardless of its actual population. After amendments, the upper limit of 1 seat per 7.5 lakh population was removed, allowed more flexibility in allotting seats based on population distribution. Why was it needed? To allow better representation in larger states where population growth made the 7.5 lakh limit impractical, to ensure fair and proportional representation in the Lok Sabha. Impact: allowed larger states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Maharashtra to get more Lok Sabha seats. Strengthened the principle of representative democracy. The Constitution, Third Amendment Act 1954. Date enacted 22nd February 1955. Main purpose: to redefine and regulate trade and commerce between Union and states, especially concerning the division of powers in the 7th schedule of the Constitution. What was amended? Amendment of the 7th schedule. The 7th schedule contained 3 lists: Union list, list 1, state list, list 2, concurrent list, list 3. Changes made. Entry 33 of the concurrent list was substituted. This allowed both in the Union and states to make laws relating to trade and commerce, supply and distribution of foodstuffs, cattle fodder, raw cotton and raw jute, products of any industry. Price control of essential commodities. Why was it needed? There was confusion and overlap between the powers of the center and states in regulating essential commodities. The center needed more authority to ensure laws across India for economic control, especially of food and raw materials. Impact: strengthened the center's ability to manage the economy and food supply, helped regulate trade during food shortages and price instability, improved coordination between the Union and states in dealing with essential commodities.